Hi everybody, Heidi-The, your Yorkshire crafter. How are you doing? Today should be the 7th of December, and today's video, I'm actually filming on the 29th of November, is carrying on Tracy Evans's 12 Days of Christmas. So we've got a live tonight. No, we haven't. We've got a live this morning at 10 a.m. and with lots of Tracy goodies and maybe a couple of surprises. We'll see. We don't know, do we? Well, we do, but we don't. Now, I haven't got the paperwork. I'm very rushed because, I'll get into that in a minute. But I think Tracy's live at 6 or 7 tonight. I want to say 6. But just check Tracy's page out and it'll be on there. It'll tell you on there. But by now you probably already know because she's been doing it since the 1st. So there you go. Right, I've got a piece of Pink Frog watercolor card. Now, there's an idea. Wondered if I could have used Super Smooth, but it's fine. We'll just crack straight on with it. I'm going to use Stamp Set TE20. Now, this is something I hadn't used, so I thought it was nice to get this one out. And we're just using the big one today. I can't wait to see all inspiration. There'll have been loads out, a week's worth already nearly. And I'm giddy about it and I haven't even seen it yet. So, I've cut a couple of masks. Now, I sort of dummy ran this, but I had to stop. So, I'm only part way through one. But I do have, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to use these. I won't stamp anymore. I've used Pink Frog masking sheets. I always use these ones. I think they're absolutely perfect, the Pink Frog ones. So, I've got the stamp on my block. And I'm using Twilight. And I've just had to order the re-inker. I thought I had the re-inker. But I must have just... What's that there? I bet that's the empty black one. Yeah. I was sure I had it, so I just went to my re-inkers and it wasn't there. So yeah, I was a bit... So I'm not going to do traditional colours. I'm not normally traditional when it comes to Christmas stuff. I don't particularly like red and gold together, although it looks good together, if you know what I mean. It's just not for me. It's not my cup of tea. Which way around do I want it? There's a hair there that I've trapped under it. I'm hoping it doesn't affect it. I'm just going to put it anywhere there. Now, you've got to trust the process on this. I am going to... Well, my dummy run thing that I've just done, I coloured in with my... Oh, gosh. What did I use? Inktense pencils. And it was quick. It was super quick. But I didn't have the colouring that I wanted. Although it does look nice. And although I haven't got it on a card base yet, it will be going onto a card base. That's absolutely fine. So I'm going to put on a mask. Don't know where these hairs are coming from. Well, I do. It's the doggies, but... Oh, anyway, today, let's have a natter. On the 1st of September, we had to get a new battery for the car. I hate everything car-wise. I always said you'll never have any money when you've got a car. We've got a decent car, so it's not like it needs stuff doing every other week or anything. It's a good car. It's not that old. Is it? 5-year-old? Possibly 5-year-old. So it's not an old car, which is what we've always had before. And all we needed were a battery. So Andy went down to Alfred's and got the battery. And Aidan fitted it. He's our son-in-law. not a problem. And just this last week, I'm not bothered about it stuck down on this side yet. I'm just concentrating on this side, then I'll move it a bit neater over this side. It's stuck up because I've been using it. I'm just going to trap a little bit of that in. But I want it at a different angle from what we've already got this. I'm just seeing which way around that is. So, right. So, yeah, we had the battery done on the 1st of September. And it's been playing up this last week or two. So we booked it into garage. I thought, right, it's got to be alternator or starter motor, whatever. I'm just holding it down a bit because it's on watercolor card. So Andy went to the garage this morning. He stayed up after finishing on nights. Went to garage this morning. And they says, after having a mess about with it and what have you, they didn't charge us, which was really good of them. And they says, you've got the wrong battery. For this car, you need what's called a stop-start battery. And what they've given you is a basic battery, which will not charge this kind of car. The battery won't charge up, when you're running it, what have you. So it went back to Alfred's today. Obviously, I won't go because I won't go in any buildings route. I'm just going to fit another one in here. And he couldn't find the receipt for start off, so that really annoyed me with Andy's stuff like that. Anyway, I went through my banking while I was on the phone with him while he was there. And they found it, blah, blah, blah. And then they says it's going to be £50 extra for the proper battery. Fine, I don't have a problem with that. Pay for what we're actually supposed to have. But we're going to charge you £50 for fitting it. I'm just, again, trying to make sure it's not going the same way, so I'm going to alter it that way a little bit. And I thought that was quite unfair because it isn't our fault they gave us the wrong battery. You can't go into Alfred's and pick a battery off the shelf. You've got to give them your registration. They'll give you the battery. So I was arguing with them. He says to Andy, because I was on the phone, he says, I'm not talking to her, she's shouting. I wasn't shouting, but I wasn't amused either. And they says, they said it's not their fault. I said, you gave him the battery. I said, yeah, but he didn't tell us he needed a stop-start. I said, did you give him the option of needing a stop-start battery? And he says, well, I don't know. I said, well, if you'd have given the option of needing a stop-start battery, he'd have told you that's what our car is. It's a stop-start car. Anyway, long story short, they wouldn't do it. And we still ended up having to pay the fitting again, so I was a bit miffed. So what I was already doing here, planning on doing and what have you, it's all just gone, so this is why I'm coming in blind, if you like. I sort of know what I'm doing, but I'd rather not come in stressed. It's not good for you, is it? Anyway, now you know what I've been up to today. It's all good, it's done now. He's only sat downstairs with babies. We had an accident with Lolly earlier. She's an habit of getting under your feet. So she either gets stood on, or I don't mean kicked when I say kicked. She gets slightly kicked, so she's getting budged out of the way. But you can't see her. She's that quick. Well, today she got under Carly's feet and Carly stood on her full whack and squashed her to the floor. Lexi screamed, Carly panicked, I fell over. Lolly. We're limping, but she was all right. I took her straight on park after, and I says, if she's okay on park, she'll be fine. If not, I'll have to go to vets. But she decided to chase a squirrel, so she was fine. So yes, it's been a very eventful morning. Well, actually, my tea will be here very shortly because we have a takeaway on a Saturday. I don't know if I want to de-stress first. This will de-stress me. It'll be fine. So I hope you're really all enjoying Tracy's 12 Days of Christmas. Now, again, Tracy's given me a code. Actually, I do remember what it is. And I'll put it in the description anyway. My code is Heidi DEC, because I thought, I don't know what that says. How am I going to tell people? Now, it's either that with 10 or not with 10, but it's Heidi December 10. So there's 10% off. Goody, goody, goody. We all like that, don't we? There's also giveaways tonight, and there is some other little things. And Tracy's doing giveaways as well, so there's things on Tracy's side. I've never known anyone give stuff away like Tracy does. It's amazing. We love that, don't we? Right. I'll put that code back in a bit because I want that piece. So, I've messed that up already. This is going so well. It'll be okay, I think, because we're going to be fine. Right, I'm using some pencils, which are the Distress watercolor pencils. So I've got Villainous Potion. Now I don't know if I'm using them all. Prize Ribbon, Tumbled Glass. I'm not using Tumbled Glass. It was too light. Salty Ocean and Twisted Citron. I am going to just, because that ink's still slightly wet, tell you what we'll do. I mean, I am going to splatter it, so hopefully that bit that I've just said see, there's no come off it, but I'm hoping that'll just get covered up. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm just going to make sure there's none on my hands. So let's get started. So with the Twisted Citron, I'm just going to colour in the leaves. Now then, I've got to try and remember which bit of the leaves. So like I say, I didn't use these, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. We're just winging it, if you like. Let me take, I'm taking the Salty Ocean. Now then, I did have a bit of a play. This was my play. And I can't remember. Let's just try with Prize Ribbon. That's how we're putting it down. It's really quick to do. With a bit of water. That's the one I'm going for. So I'm using Prize Ribbon and Villainous Potion. So let's get the green down to the leaves. So that's a leaf. That's a leaf. Could have done with having one proper stamped in front of me, can't I? Keep that there, can't I? Well, looking at it that way, that's a leaf. I'm not shading the leaves and stuff. I wanted to make it a simple card because I think by now lots of you are going to have all your Christmas cards done. And I think that's another reason why I didn't go for traditional colours. That's a leaf, isn't it? I'm actually looking at one in front of me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that one. leaf, leaf. I have no idea what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go with 5 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. I've put 6 on one of them. Too many. Good job it were a dummy run then, isn't it? That's a leaf, I think. That's a leaf. And I bet you guys can just whiz through this, can't you? That's a leaf, that's a leaf, that's a leaf. That's a leaf. That is a leaf from the other flower. Now I've got them now, you see. She says. That's a leaf. Flower, flower. I think one of them's a leaf, but it's okay. 1, 2. Nope. That's a leaf going that way. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one of them's a leaf? That's that way. I have no idea. Let's just colour the leaves in. It's great when you don't know what flowers are like. So I've got a piece of kitchen towel. Wet it, take off my water. And I'm literally just gonna wet the leaves. I mean, if you want to and you want to spend more time on it, just sit down. This is what I say normally. Take it downstairs, sit down and do it while you're watching some TV. And by the time you're finished or watching your programme, you'll be like, look what I did. I often do it. I often take it downstairs. I really need to know if that's a leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is. No, the leaf's up there. We're fine, we're fine. Now, if I'd stamped them all in the same place as the one I was playing with before, I would have known straight away. Just shows, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. It'll turn out good in the end, trust me. So the pencils I were using before, they worked exactly the same. I just didn't have the colours that I wanted. So I had to swap it out. I'll show you what I've done, the others. Because I did it with another stamp as well. But I'm having my last ditch at a few Christmas cards. I need some for neighbours now. Did I already colour that one? I never noticed before, these actually have a smell to them, do these crayons? Pencils. They're not crayons. Just put my hand straight in that water. There's a leaf missing on that one for definite. And I know you're all shouting at me. telling me where it is. I just can't hear you. Ah, they've just had Eden to, well, I don't even know what you call it, where you go get your ears tested. They're all coloured in. And she's got glue here. Yeah, so let me just, the leaves up there, isn't it? That one there. That one there is there. There. Perfect. Right. Now I'm going to take the blue and colour them in. Just double checking before I end up colouring a leaf in. So that there is a leaf. Told you I'd get there in end, didn't I? Got to look for a Christmas tree into this week, and I used to love it, you know, going looking for a Christmas tree and always get a new bauble. And I'm just, I don't know, I've just not got the excitement like I used to have. And then Ashley's just rung me before we've come on to see if we're going up on Christmas Day. I don't like them coming here on Christmas Day, which I've said many times, just for the simple reason they've got a family. They should stay at home and let the family, the kids, enjoy the toys, and you know what I mean? Just double checking with that one. I think that's a leaf. Leaf, yeah, it is. Definitely. Perfect. Yeah, so, and then it won't be long before Carly's going to say, are you coming up here? I normally go there. Oh, I've used wrong colour now. Good job, I'm going to be putting some of that in it. I normally go to Carly's because she's literally around the corner, and Ashley's a few miles away. But they've got the kids as Ashley and Bryony. The two eldest have got a different dad. I'm going to say they've got their own dad then. And normally the kids are with him in the morning, and then Bryony has them then. But they're at home, so that'd be really nice to see him actually. So I just love families at Christmas. These will look lovely when they're done, I promise you. I do find this a really good way to get colour down. And it's not often, I think, to get these out to do it. But I do think it's a good way because you don't have to be perfect. There's no right or wrong with it. No special way of doing it. Tracy sells these as well, so if you want to have a look at the pencils. Last one, is that two flowers together? Yeah, it's that one. See, we got there in the end. Right. She hasn't finished, she's still got one here, look. I'm ready for my sit down and my tea. Poor Andy, he did a 12-hour shift last night, did he? 10 hour, 12, I can't remember. And then went shopping straight after work, and then he had to go to the garage. Felt a bit wrong. I can't tell which one that's going to be, so they're going blue. Now I'm going to colour the blue, but at the same time, I'm going to put down some villainous potion. And it's easier to do this than mix the two colours there, because I'm more in control then. I will have to keep putting some more down because it's going to take a bit. Right, let's just try it with that first. Always have your towel ready. Let's just go with this corner. Put my glasses back on my eyes. Sliding down. That didn't go on very dark. I'm going to pick up a bit of that purple. That's it. That's lovely like that. Perfect. And see, can you see that it's sort of like two-tone? I hope you can see it. It really stands out. I mean, there's a darker version of it there because I put more on it. But yeah, it definitely stands out. In fact, I like that dark version. Let's have a... And if we think there's not enough blue down, do exactly the same with the blue. Because we've got all this blue down now. Get a bit of blue and come in with that. And then you're going to just get a darker version. Oh, I think that's lovely. Oh, that is really nice. I like them both down, actually. So I would say you don't even have to scribble it down, but it's given me that bit of background to play on, which is, I always say, I like my little bit of ink down first, no matter what I'm doing. Look how quickly you can just do that, if you didn't want to do anything else with it. How beautiful. Let's take some of this in. That's lovely with that in. Where's that coming from? Same again. Now I'll just do a couple at a time. I don't want it to dry. That's gone out, but I'm going to shadow it anyway. That really, really makes a difference, that. Bit of water. I hope you can join tonight on live. It's this morning, sorry. It's a good one. I've had the live practiced for over a week. I have to practice my live because it's a 2 hour. I sound like I said 2 hour then, didn't I? Sorry. It's a 2 hour live. I don't think we ever planned time, did we? It just so happened. That's how long they ended up being. I mean, we've done a 3 hour, haven't we? I do love them. I do love the way we interact with each other. Very much. There we go, that one's done. I think that colour's absolutely gorgeous. And all that's come from is just by putting a bit of that down and add a bit of purple. Right, so we'll quickly go on to the next. That's got a lot of purple in it. I put the wrong colour in, didn't I? So that one's going to be interesting. When I get down to it. Pardon me, and you shouldn't have had that pop. I've just put an order in for me copy paper. I think I mentioned the other day, when I go on Amazon, it tells me, oh, you've ordered this. You last bought this so-and-so and what have you. And I went on to order my copy paper. And I thought I went through quite a lot. I get 2,500 sheets at a time. And it told me when I last ordered it, and it was last November. So it's lasted me a year. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm just putting a bit of that blue in. I'm so happy with them colour choices. Love it. Right, let's check this one now. With all that purple in. There's your blue. Here we go. Be okay, I'll just put some more blue in it. In fact, it's worked perfect. There you go. I don't even need to do out with it. Bit of purple up there. Don't look no different, does it? That's perfect. There you go, it just shows you. Put them both down at the same time. I've just stood here then and I thought, I'm really uncomfortable on my feet. And do you know why? Oh, that's better. I had my slippers on. I do not like crafting without on my feet. When I was at school, I used to do high jump for school. I'm not bad to say I'm only 5'3" 3/4. But I did it for school and broke records. But I had to do it barefoot. I couldn't do it. And I did scissors. I couldn't do the Frosbury flop, or however you say it. I couldn't do that either. I love sport. Absolutely loved it. Apart from the cross country, which they made me do for school as well. But yeah, I did. I absolutely loved it. Carly still plays netball now, and she's... How old are you, Carly? 33. 34 in January. So, there you go. I think hockey was one of my favourites. Loved it. When I was, how old was I? When I was 7 years old, I represented West Yorkshire at gymnastics. And the only reason I remember my age is because I was 7 years old and I came 8th. And my best friend Jane came 7th. I don't know how many there was of us. I remember what I did my floor routine to and all. You know, the dancing on the floor. I did it to The Entertainer. Amazing what you remember, innit? Bit of purple in there. I am absolutely loving these colours, how it's come out. I'm so glad I changed to these pencils. That is stunning. As much as I hated running, I liked sprinting. I didn't like cross country, which is what they made me do for school, against other schools. But when I left school, I joined the Harriers, which I don't know how many of you know. It's I don't know if it's just local to us or if it's all over, but it's a running club. So I joined Harriers. I was very, very active and sporty. That's why I always wanted to be a post lady. I used to run my round, whereas everybody else would walk. And then when we started working in twos, my partner, Paul, he always ran his as well, so he was a perfect fit to work with. So yeah, I did always want to be a poster, just because I liked sport at school. Crazy, isn't it? But I waited until I'd had kids before I did it. When we talk about things, if you could turn back time and what have you, that's one of the things I would change. I wouldn't have waited till I'd had the kids. I'd have gone and then just had maternity leave. But I didn't understand all that back then. it was all a rush. We got married in the May. Yeah, by October I was pregnant. Didn't hang about. And then when Ash was 5 months old, I was pregnant again. And then when Carly was a baby, I don't know how old Carly was, I think she was 1, I got pregnant again. But we had a miscarriage then. And we didn't have any more, that were it then. Didn't want any more. I cried when I found out I was pregnant after Carla, because I didn't want any more. They say he works in mysterious ways. Well, he certainly did. And now I'm just like my fur babies. I'd have an house full of them now, not kids. How we change, yeah. I was always maternal. And Carly had Toby, she didn't have a maternal bone in her body. Ash is like me. He's quite maternal. Right, so we've got his colour down, we've had a natter. I hope I haven't bored you. I like to talk and then you know who I am. I know you don't see me, but you know who I am. You probably know more about me than what I do. Right, just going to wipe that up. So yes, it is a good idea having a bit of that down at side here. That's not going to clean off, is it? So now for the last bit. Before we finish this off, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. Bit wet. Now, you don't have to do this. This is going to be a card base. You can stop here and mount it, mat and layer it, do what you want. I'm going to take it that bit further. So I've cut it so it'll fit straight across. That's not cut level. Let's go that way. So that will be a finished card, but I don't want it to finish there. So I'm going to tear down both sides. I know some people will be absolutely mortified now or cringing. I know there are some rulers that do this, but I'm doing it by hand. That's the bit where I don't even know what happened. I think it was the mask. You won't see it by the time we finish this. Keep pulling it off. I'm not taking it off the edges. Just wanted it off there. Let me grab some vellum. So, oh, that's thick. It's definitely going to fit that way. Where's me? Just wondering if this will tear with me ruler. That wouldn't, but this might for what I want. No, I want to rip it. I don't want that perfect edge. Now I'm going to rip it because I only want that much. Stick with me. That's just one side. So I want to do the same again. My hands aren't big enough. Don't know, I just did it with that other piece. There we go. That should be all we need. So what I'm going to do, that's your card base. Obviously I'll cut the ends off after. I'm not as keen on that one, but it'll look okay when it's done. So that's how it's going to go onto your, oh yeah, it's going to look great. Now I want to put a sentiment on here before we go any further, so that nothing's stuck down and going to be lifted. And sentiment wise, I'm going to use Winter Wishes. Oh, I thought I had it out. But I'm going to heat emboss that with silver. I thought I had it out, 1 second. Here it is. So while that's in place, just a second, we've still got to do a bit of highlighting. What do I want? My brush. That's the anti-static. Versamark. Winter Wishes. Perfect. Just heat that up. There we go. Sentiment. I do like a plain sentiment at Christmas. I just like, well, I don't know, I suppose it depends what card you do, doesn't it? But I just like a plain, straightforward wordings. Get the powder off. Now, what time are we? Right, we've got time. Right, quick. I'm going to take the black Inktense pencil. Ink Black 3200. Now, deciding which way up I want this. I could have got another flower in there, to be fair, you know. What a shame. I'll go this way. So, I'm just going to give a little bit of shadowing. I don't know why I've started in the middle. A bit silly, isn't it? I mean, like I say, by all means, you sit down and do it and you'll probably do a better job. Although I do like this card very much. Let's have a bit down here. Let's go there. So I'm not putting it everywhere, I'm just putting it where I think the shadow will be. It does make a difference, it really does. I'm not putting any on this side. You'll see some there. You won't see any there, you won't see any there. That should, we can always add. So going back to the paintbrush, bit of kitchen towel again. And I'm literally just going to wet where we've just put. That isn't the brush I've been using. It's weird. It's fine. We've still got a splat here. And there, and there, and there. I mean, you don't even have to do this bit. I took a photo partway through, which is what I tell you I do. And it made a difference having just this little bit of shadowing on. I keep calling it a highlight, but it's shadowing. It really does make a difference. And you don't need a lot of water on your brush, really. Guessing I came down there. That's dry now. There, I think that's enough. It makes a massive difference. So the PH Martins, Dr. PH Martins, we want a little bit of splatter. We don't want a lot. Should be enough. Oops. Is everybody winding down to Christmas now? Them hairs again. So just a little bit. I'm going to need some more. We're going to need a bigger boat, as Jaws would say. Well, Jaws wouldn't. I always think a bit of splatter works wonders. That'll do nicely. I know I'm getting told off now for not using my splatter box, aren't I? Mind, it's directly next to my feet, under this table. Right, I'll give that a quick dry, not splat. And the last thing I'm going to do, I've got some wax paste metallic silver, and I'm going to just go up the edges, and this picks up on the sentiment then, but it also looks brilliant against the vellum. Don't know why I've put on my little finger, that is not working. Oh, it smells so good. It makes a huge difference. I did do some ink blending on another piece that I was messing with on the edge in black, but it didn't work. I am tempted to cut this down a little bit because I don't like how wide that is there. White, sorry. But I'll sort that once it's on card base. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to cut it down. So it'd be just short of a 5x7 card, to be fair. Make sure you clean your hands off before you do this next bit. I'll let the metallic dry as well because it does get everywhere. Right, so the last bit. See, it's already all over there. So I want both of them on, get them roughly where I want them to be. I've done so many little things with vellum lately. I've really enjoyed using it. Right, I'm happy with them there. Don't think the glue's working. See if I can get it to come out. Of course it's not. That's where my colours started to come from. I got one of these out to play with. Right, I don't know where my needle is to get that going, so, or my lid. I'm just going to use my tape until I find my gun, my lid. So I'm just going to stick that down with a piece of tape. Looks about level, does that? And that one looks to be in the right place. Perfect. That looks perfect. I'll probably put a bit of bling up here. So just on that level there, and that one there. I've just emptied it. Yeah, I have. And there, yes, I'm definitely going to cut that down there, 100%. So it'll be just short of 7x5. Just cut them little bits off here. So that's the card, apart from being cut down there. I'll just do it on the guillotine. So I hope you like it. It's something different. I'll put a couple of silver gems on, but I think it's really different. And this was the dummy run that I did. Now I am liking them colours now, you know. But this one will be made into a card just the same. But I didn't put it on a base because look where I ended up with all silver. It was everywhere. What I might do is fold that inside and just put 2 liners in it. But yeah, that exactly the same will be done. I already did the paper for it. But then I also was playing with colour as well. And obviously I didn't cut that one down yet. But same thing, without cutting it. You don't have to rip it, you know, look. That looks nice just with the vellum. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make this into one as well, but I won't pull it to bits. I just thought it looked nice. This one still wants shadowing as well, yeah. So there you go. It's great. I make a great little fringe here. It works when you've got the stamps to work with, doesn't it? So go and enjoy yourself. See what else is up for grabs, and because there's stuff definitely. And I will see you this morning on the live at 10 AM with some giveaways and a fantastic project. I'll see you there, guys. See you later. Love you. Bye.